Powered by the Montana Television Network. This is the 5:30 News on Q2, Montana's news leader.
Good evening and thanks for joining us. I'm Russ Riesinger. Janelle's off tonight. It is our warmest day of 2019 so far. A live look outside right now over downtown Billings. As we head into this holiday weekend, those warm temps and sunny skies making it perfect to get outside. And this nice weather also bringing out the motorcyclist. One man ending up in the hospital after an accident on Billings West End this afternoon. The motorcyclist was heading west near 27th and Grand in the left lane. A vehicle in the right lane began to change lanes, didn't see the bike, hitting the bike, sending the driver over the median. Thankfully, no cars were in the oncoming lane. Billings Police Lieutenant Brian Krivitz says the rider's injuries are serious but not life-threatening. And just 10 minutes later, another person injured in a crash over on Broadwater and 14th Street West. A man was taken by ambulance with a head injury after flying over the handlebars of his scooter. Police say he braked too hard and lost control. No other vehicles were involved in that incident. Well, Ed McIntosh joining us now. And Ed, how warm did it get? And what else is in store for the holiday weekend?
Boy, we got big changes coming, Russ. Let's start off with a look live this afternoon on the First Interstate iCam. 82 was the official high at the airport. At least we'll keep an eye on it. Might even bump up another degree on top of that. But we also had some stronger winds in the mix. And the next cold front is already starting to shift showers into central and western Montana. So as we get through the weekend, instead of talking about how warm will it get, we'll be talking about how much rain and mountain snow will we accumulate. Break down all the details for you in just a few minutes with a complete weekend forecast.
All right, thank you, Ed. Police are asking for the public's help with information regarding a homicide that happened at Lee's Saloon a little earlier this month. A tweet from the Billings Police Department says detectives have identified persons of interest in that case, but no arrests have been made yet. 24-year-old Shane Nez Purse died of multiple gunshot wounds outside the bar on April 6th. Another man was transported to the hospital for injuries. Anyone with information asked to call Crime Stoppers. 80,000 ballots are in the mail, headed for voters ahead of numerous school district elections. Yellowstone County elections officials say there are 13 different school district elections this spring on the ballots. Some are levies for bonds, some are for trustee seats. Ballots are due back to the elections office on May 7th. School District 2 is asking voters to pass a $970,000 high school levy. That would be the first time in 12 years. That levy would pay for textbooks and career counselors. Voters in Laurel being asked to approve a $3 million building reserve levy to address safety and security issues over the course of 5 years and for the purchase of land for future expansion. Ballots that don't make the deadline will not be counted. And elections officials across the state say voters should know about the new rules passed last November surrounding the hand delivery of ballots. The Ballot Interference Prevention Act means the legal requirements for in-person delivered ballots have changed. This is for people who drop off ballots for relatives, friends, and caregivers. An individual must have an established relationship with a voter to return their ballot for them. And you can only return 6 ballots. You do need to sign a registry, and voters should know you can be fined $500 for each infraction. Voters will get more instruction about this new law in their mail-in ballots. Well, the sun's out and you're enjoying your Montana day outside, but then a sneeze, then another one, and you immediately know the culprit. Allergy season is here. But as Q2's Andrea Lutz explains, you're not alone. Across the country, a change in our climate seems to be impacting our aversion to pollens.
Just as a bee flocks to pollen, that pollen flocks to your sinuses.
Longer pollinating season just means worse allergies for our house.
Lacey Anderson and her son Grant know the feeling all too well of the impacts of allergies.
Itchy eyes, sneezing. We don't go outside before in the summer. We just stayed in.
But what if experts said climate change might be making your allergies worse? The Asthma and Allergy Foundation of America says warmer temperatures in the U.S. have caused pollen seasons to be nearly 27 days longer.
The issues that occur because of warming and greenhouse gases for allergy is that it increases the carbon dioxide close to the earth, the water vapor, And the plants need that to grow, so it stimulates them to grow more and more, so there's more pollen.
20 million Americans already suffer from pollen-related allergies. So that means all that sneezing and suffering that you've been doing, well, it's probably only going to be prolonged. In Montana, we're experiencing a late winter, which is pushing our spring. That means your allergy symptoms are being pushed too.
The trees, as soon as you see the buds, which you've seen for a while now, swell on the trees, so the last 3 weeks maybe, people, even though there's not really pollen, people start having allergy symptoms.
But doctors say your suffering can end, meaning you don't have to avoid the green grass and wispy trees.
Throw it to Dad.
Grant now throwing his allergy cares away after Mom Lacey says they were able to nail down a treatment that works for him.
Do you feel any allergies today? No. No, we're doing good.
In Billings, Andrea Lutz, MTN News.
So if you are experiencing allergy symptoms, Dr. Kathleen Davis at the Billings Clinic says there are a variety of medicines from pills to shots and nasal sprays. The snowmobiles are gone and lines of cars have replaced them. This morning at 8, Yellowstone National Park opened several of its roads for the summer season. MTN's Chet Lehman was there and shares with us the sights and sounds of a trip from West Yellowstone to the park's north entrance near Gardner.
Seems like lots of folks decided to spend their Good Friday in Yellowstone National Park. Today is the official start of the summer season for car travel here in Yellowstone. Some of the roads are open, some are still closed. A few miles south of here at Grand Village, plow crews tell us there's still 6 feet of snow actually in the road, so that road won't be open for a while, but it's been very busy here this morning. The gates opened at 8 o'clock. We came in at about 9:45 and it took us 22 minutes to get from the West Yellowstone Chamber of Commerce actually into Yellowstone through the gate. So very popular time this morning in the park, and that'll continue frankly until they close the park next fall. "49 miles later, we find ourselves here at Mammoth Hot Springs. If you'd like to see what the park is like for yourself and take your own pictures and video, Saturday, admission to Yellowstone is free. Enjoying the first day of summer season in Yellowstone. Chet Lehman, MTN News.
Yeah, so beautiful. Well, the road from West Yellowstone to Old Faithful is also open, as is the road to Canyon Village. And remember, if you do go this weekend, the weather in the park can change quickly, so you do want to make sure that you go prepared. Scientists are up in arms over the listing of a rare baby T-Rex fossil on eBay. That listing from a fossil hunter named Ellen Dietrich says the relic may be the only one of its kind in the world. Dietrich found the fossil in Montana, adding that it has a 15-foot long body and a 21-inch skull. The listing has a buy-it-now price of nearly $3 million and doesn't appear to have any bids at this point. But scientists and other critics are calling the listing a disgrace, arguing the fossil should remain in the public trust so it can continue to be studied. The University of Kansas Natural History Museum had the fossil on display, but removed it due to the controversy, saying it does not sell fossils to anyone. Dietrich hasn't responded to media requests for comment. Coming up on tonight's 5:30 News, while those K-Cups we all use are handy, they definitely create a latte of trash. Look at the impact. And in sports, Scott has a full day jam with track and field, tennis, softball, and baseball. We'll be right back.
You're watching MTN News with Janelle Slade and Russ Riesinger. Storm Tracker weather with Bob McGuire. And sports with Scott Breen. This is the 5:30 News on Q2, Montana's news leader.